This is what I think was a very strange incident in my life that I'll share with you because there's some really good life learning in it. Now, I had to share a car with someone who worked in another business, but doing the same type of job as me. And we were going to share a car journey for about 40 minutes. And I was a bit kind of concerned because I thought this guy had all the answers and he was going to be talking to me about stuff that I didn't have answers for and I had no clue what he was talking about. So I wasn't really looking forward to the journey. But as it so happened, when the journey started, we was talking about anything but business, and we were just riffing and talking about life and about things that had happened to us. And I was talking to him about the London Marathon and the New York Marathon that I'd done and raised money for charity for. And I said to him, I did the London Marathon, and I thought at the time I was going to die when I did it because I had terrible pain in my chest, and the advice given in the marathon magazine before you run is that if you've got some symptoms, and one of these symptoms being chest pain, do not run because it is dangerous. But I was on a mission. I was going to run a marathon because I was going to change my life, and this was the thing that was going to set it all off, and I was going to raise a lot of money for charity. So I was going to run whatever. I was prepared to die. I truly was. And I made a will, said goodbye on videos to my family just in case I didn't make it at the end. And anyway, did the marathon, got a lift home, got home and spent 3 days on the couch. Didn't have a bath, didn't have a shower, laid it in my running gear for 3 days because I was so sore and so much pain I couldn't run. Vowed never to do a marathon again. Anyway, come the July, that was the April, come the July, I lost a load of weight. Nearly 6 stone in weight, improved my fitness. I suddenly thought, I'm going to do the New York City Marathon, and I did it, I ran it. But here was the thing, and I was recording this to this guy. I was 200 yards from the finish line, and I had my head down. I was dreading in treacle. When you run a marathon, you put your name on the front and back of your shirt, so as you're running, everybody's shouting your name, giving you encouragement. But the way it works is someone stood on the side, and people are running by, and they go, come on, Tom, come on, Joanne, come on, Jeffrey, and they only say that name once because the person's gone by and they go on to the next person, the next name, to give them encouragement. But anyway, I must have been treading in treacle. I could see the finish line, I just couldn't get there, and I had my head down, I was just in trouble. And as I was sort of ambling along, this voice came out of the crowd, a big American, I'll never ever forget it, a big American drawl, big booming voice, American voice. And they have a saying in America, I see you, man, I see you. And this voice shouted out, I see you, Dave, I can see you, man, come on, man. And I heard this voice and I thought to myself, I've just done 26 miles, I'm knackered. Get lost, mate. I just ignored that voice. I was just continuing what I was doing. And really, by rights, I should have never heard that voice again. But a second or two later, that same voice boomed out again at me. He said, hey, Dave, get your head up, man. Get your head up. And this time it was an instruction, a really sharp instruction. Like suddenly if a kid sat in class mucking about and the teacher said, sit straight and get her attention, listen in. The kid just sits up. I was a bit like that. I reacted when this person said to me, big booming voice, said, get your head up, man, mate. Well up like that. And if you do that right now, go boom like that, you will feel the energy go down your spine. And that happened to me. Now, I'd like to report that moment in time. I'd like to have said to the guy, and then I just sprinted to the end, but I didn't do that. I got there a little bit quicker than I otherwise would. But the thing I said to him was, I'll never, ever, ever, ever will I forget that voice. And that voice told me a brilliant lesson for life, and that's the lesson I want to share with you now. Never put your head down. Never walk with your head down. When things go wrong, do not put your head down. Don't let your head go down. Because when you look up, just try it out, look up and look out. It's outgoing. You open yourself up to people, to life, to circumstance, to things to come to you. When you look up, you feel happier in yourself. You want to smile. When you put your head down, you like wear a frown, put your head down, it makes you frown. It's negative, it's a bad thing to do. And so the lesson that I learned in that moment of the New York City Marathon 2013 was always walk through your life with your head held up, head held out. Look up, look out, look forward was the lesson in life. And I told this guy that. And he said to me, Dave, are you a religious man? I said, well, I wouldn't regard myself as an overly religious man. And he said, well, I'm telling you, you are religious. You have got religious because you've got faith and you've got belief. And if you've got faith and you've got belief, you've got religion. I'm telling you, and I know that. He said, because I'm a religious man myself. I'm a very, very religious man. And I love what he said next, because he said to me, I am, David, I am a very religious man, but it don't mean that I'm a nice man. But he went on to say this to me, and this was the spooky thing, which I can't discount. And what do you think about this? He recalled what happened to me, and he said to me, David, I think you've tried to kill yourself twice in your life. He said, you went to the London Marathon, and by rights you probably should have died because of your bad heart. Yeah, the pain in your heart. But God, he said, I can tell. I look at you and I can tell you is a blessed man. You got things to do in your life. You is blessed. I can tell. He said, and you went round that London Marathon. God was going to get you round there one way or another. He got you round. You finished the marathon. And he made you pay for it, though. He put you on a couch for 3 days in terrible pain. And you said to yourself, I'm never going to run a marathon again. He said, but then what do? You lose a lot of weight and you decide, I'll go to New York and try and kill myself again. God wasn't going to let that happen to you because he's got something special for you. He helped you around that marathon course in New York City. And when you was 200 yards from the end, here's the spooky thing. What do you think about this? He said, that voice that you heard that boomed out of the crowd at you, the voice that you said you'd never forget. He said, how do you know that wasn't God speaking to you? Giving you that extra motivation and giving you a real learning for life. Always look up. Spooky, isn't it? Because you know what? I can't disprove it. But I love it. I love to think that that was God talking to me, spurring me on. But the lesson is, always look up, especially when things go wrong. Do not let your head go down.